is
Zaza. Oh, yeah.
Fitzy and
Sweet as.
Wippa.
Happy Monday. Welcome to the Fitzy and Wippa podcast.
Hey.
Talking about dogs today. How good are dogs? I like cats as well. Wippa doesn't. This is a good one for you, though. But apparently they're saying that cats are attracted to people who hate them because you don't want to go anywhere near them. And they know that. They're cunning. They will come over and they'll absolutely rip your life apart, mate.
Yeah, they will. They're too sly. You never know what they're thinking. Cats are just...
They're the best.
No, they're like a dodgy bank broker. I don't know.
Well, you've had a few of those.
I don't know what you're talking about. How do we get onto the topic of cats? Oh, dogs. We're going to be talking about dogs. I knew there was a link there somewhere.
Are you a cats v dogs person?
Yeah. Hey, get your votes in now.
No,
Vote D for dog.
Blokes that use dogs in their Tinder profiles to pick up, even though they're not really into dogs.
That's you, Tom, isn't
It's a dog act.
Mm-hmm.
No, I love cats. I had two cats growing up, Kanga and Tinker, and they were beautiful.
Do you know where you went wrong
You
on your...
reversed over Kanga, didn't you?
And you know where you went wrong in your Tinder profile, Tom, is you were dressed up as a dog.
Yeah.
That was really weird, that video of you marking your territory here at work, Tom.
Shouldn't have done that.
We know it's your office. You don't have to do it. You don't have to take a leak next to your desk. Laughter. So much fun, podcast.
The Fitzy and Wippa podcast.
Calling BS on part of this article here, but it's a conversation about dogs helping you to pick up and meet that special person. A study has been done into the success of people doing online dating when they have a dog in their profile picture. Or maybe you swipe one or two and there they are with a dog. It's misleading, and there has been a term called dogfish. Where people don't actually own dogs, but they know that it's a good pickup technique to look like you have a dog because it shows responsibility and care and love. And then all of a sudden you get chatting to people and they don't love dogs. In fact, they don't even have a dog.
Yeah, well, this is the thing. You get exposed straight away. And if a girl tries to pick up a guy who has got a dog, let's say, in his Tinder profile, and then they go out on a date and she finds out he doesn't have a dog, it's game over, mate.
Now, hold on. Remember Josiah, who used to work on the show?
Yeah.
He asked if he could borrow my dog.
That's
He was
right.
going walking around one of the beaches in Double Bay or something, and he said, I offer to walk people's dogs, or can I borrow yours? Because girls come up and talk to me.
Oh, see, Josiah did okay with the ladies anyway.
He didn't need a dog, mate.
No, he didn't.
With his long hair, he looked like a dog himself.
Looked like a well-bred, well-kept dog. This girl goes on to say, one of the first things I say to someone, if I meet them and we start chatting and they've got a dog in the profile, I'll say, what's your dog's name? And then the conversation will go that. And a lot of people admit that they don't even have a dog, or they'll say, oh, it's my sister's dog, or it's my ex's dog. And they say that's the number one rule of where you think, no, forget about it. I won't be part of that.
Do you know the other thing as well? I think the other thing as well is that you think that person has responsibility.
And they're trustworthy. If you have a dog and it's a nice-looking dog, trustworthy.
Yep.
Because, the dogs are, you got to put in a lot of time with dogs. Mm-hmm. You got to be active. You got to, we walk Beastie twice a day.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work, isn't it?
There's a lot of people that don't even want to do that.
It goes on to say the study was done with over 2,000 people, and women found men with small dogs more attractive than men with big dogs.
It's less messy.
Absolute rubbish.
No, it's less messy.
Says if there's a guy in the park walking a tiny dog, it just doesn't match. It just doesn't look right. Get a normal dog. Why have you got a tiny dog?
It depends. There's tiny and tiny sort of thing.
Isn't it emasculating?
No,
when you
not
see a man with a small dog?
No.
I think
I'm not calling Winnie a small dog. What's Winnie?
He would be small to medium. Like
Winnie's a small dog for
he's
sure.
only
Winnie's
10
a smallish
kilos.
dog. I mean more of a thin little whippet type thing. One of those little
You're a dog
chihuahuas.
snob.
Dog snob. More than happy to be a dog
That
snob.
shows the sensitive side, mate, that you're
Yeah.
prepared to look after a smaller dog. Big guy, smaller dog. I think that's what girls want.
Yeah.
But doesn't the manly look that a girl is attracted to come with a guy that has a manly type dog?
Well, like
or
a Rottweiler?
Or no, but like a family type dog?
No.
Then that's when you go, you're not wearing a ring, but if you're walking a Labrador, you're taken.
See, I think
You reckon?
Yeah, you
bigger
got
dogs
kids.
scare women.
Well, you're talking about like a horse dog?
Well, no. If you see a big guy who's ripped and he's got a Rottweiler,
Yeah.
I think that would scare a lot of women.
If you see a guy with a golden retriever or a Labrador type dog, you would go, what a lovely family-friendly guy.
Yeah, so he's not single. He's obviously got a
He
family
might
at
be
home.
single, says. I don't think anybody goes down to a park, judges the dog, and goes single, not single. Oh, hang on a minute. What's that? It's a Doberman. I'll forget about it. He's too angry.
Can I give you a tidbit on cats
Okay.
that you hate, right? How's this? Research has been done. If you hate cats, it turns out that cats really like that and they're more attracted to people who hate them.
That's what I mean.
They're so sneaky.
That's
Mate,
because they can't be trusted.
They're
Yeah.
cunning, mate.
They've got ulterior motives.
They're cunning.
And they're always planning.
Yep.
And they're always sort of scamming or seething or... I mean, says, what if you see a guy with a cat? Like, forget
If
about it.
anyone is walking a cat, question mark.
No, well, see, this is the thing. Cats don't really like to be touched. So the people that love cats always go over to cats and they're like, don't touch me. They always are attracted to the people that hate them because they know that you won't do anything with them.
MDG, did you put a dog in your Tinder profile when you were back in the day?
No, that was more Josiah, who used to work on the show.
yeah,
He was
yeah.
doing the dog gear, I was doing the jet ski gear, and between the two of us...
What dangerous combo.
No one was
Would have
safe.
been an amazing photo with you and a dog on a jet ski with your
without a
top
shirt
off.
on in front of a Channel 7 sign.
Running
That's-
over a cat.
Next time.
That's
Yeah.
me sorted.
He's outdoors. He's trustworthy with a dog. He's sporty.
and he's on TV.
Wow.
Or on the couch with Larry and Kylie with your top off and a jet ski and a dog next to
Wow.
you. That would have been amazing.
Swipe, absolute left.
Make that
Not
happen.
interested.
13 24 10 if you've used a dog to help you pick up. Like, I mean, if you're down at the park and you're just wandering around with a dog on a leash going, worth chatting to me. You may as well come over to me for a bit of a chat. Have a look at my dog. Pat this and get to know me.
What?
Not a bad idea.
Ready to make up for missed holidays with whatif.com?
Gotta love an Aussie winter getaway, but bring on spring.
Jump on the What If app to book hotels, holiday rentals, flights, and more.
What if it's Aussie for travel?
What are the chances?
What are the chances? Love these stories because they're those little moments in life where you feel like there might be a higher being bringing two moments together for somebody to realise that this is really unique.
Like E.T. or was
Yeah,
that?
E.T. phone home,
Oh, yeah, right.
exactly the same. This is a beautiful story of what are the chances. Pedro, he was a bloke who met a beautiful girl, Alins. Anyway, what was terrific was the two of them started their relationship. They got to meet each other's families and everything. And as they sat down, and Pedro's mum said, Liz, let me show you a little bit about my son. I'll show you through some photo albums. Pedro was there having a bit of a look and realised in one photo, that's the two of them growing up there, the photo taken 13 years earlier of Pedro standing there shows a little girl standing behind him. It's Alin's.
Oh, that's cute.
What are the chances?
It's crazy. Something to talk about. Great conversation starter.
You know what I mean? But the moment they would have been sitting there and then Alin's would have gone, hang on a minute. I used to have a
Can you
T-shirt
just
like that.
Focus in on those Alins.
What?
A lens.
Oh, Len's
Oh,
focus.
Alin's.
Got it.
Yeah, I like that. And it looks like in the photo too when they were younger that Alin's is actually checking out Pedro.
That's
very
amazing. And now they're together. Yeah, that one's all right.
13 24
Got
10 if you'd
another
like
one?
to get involved here. First class 50k kids, get on air. This is amazing. So, there was a girl by the name of Jenny, believe it or not, who was in a car accident, gets to hospital. Jenny starts having a heart attack. Oh, my God. So they get the cardiac doctor in who starts working on Jenny and says, stand back, everybody. I'll sort this out. Comes in and starts to fix her, gets the heart pumping again. All of a sudden, he has a heart attack. What? Everybody has to turn their attention to the man who is the cardiologist who's trying to help out in this moment and save his life because he has a heart attack at the same time as Jenny on the hospital bed.
What a moment to decide whose life is more worthwhile.
Well, I think they got Jenny pumping again and then he went,
Right.
chest pain. He had the heart attack. Team came in and saved him.
Could you do double CPR?
You could.
And,
One,
and
one.
Mouth to mouth.
I don't think you really
you go
do mouth
back
to
and
mouth
forth?
anymore.
Don't you whack the chest?
Well, could you have the
no.
strength in one hand?
If they're not breathing and there's no pulse, you've got to do CPR. and
Yeah,
mouth
but
to mouth.
they advise these days, because they talk about timing being an issue and people not getting it right, just do the chest compression. Just do
Seriously?
chest.
No
yeah.
mouth to mouth?
Don't worry about it.
Interesting.
Tom, you're a nurse, am I correct?
Look, I think you should still do the mouth to mouth if you
Really?
can. Some people are concerned about catching germs by doing the mouth to mouth, but or get a face mask. Have a face mask around the office.
I saved the woman and got monkeypox in return.
And the way that you show people how to do it, Tommy, at the Christmas parties are unbelievable. I don't think that's not many people know that you're doing.
I
It's thorough.
thought it was an instructional video. Then I realised it was a hidden camera, Tom, that
Very
caught your
good.
behaviour.
Absolutely.
I
seemed like a
don't
nice
think the
bloke,
dance
though.
floor is the place to do it, though, Tom. I would do it in a proper surrounding.
Yeah, cheer in Plumpton. Welcome to the show. What is your story this morning?
Morning, everyone. How's it going?
Good, thanks, Chiro.
Cheerer.
About 6 years ago, when my daughter was about to be born, the midwife and my wife were talking, and they were getting to chat about how the midwife had been working at the hospital for about 30-something years. We got to talking and found out that the midwife was working the same shift when my wife was born, and actually helped deliver her, and was hoping to deliver our daughter that same night.
Wow.
That is
that's
unbelievable.
gorgeous.
Isn't that phenomenal?
Imagine how many people, the lives, that's one of the greatest days of your life, having your first child. And she gets to experience that as a midwife with everybody. You never forget that.
She's seen the full circle, hasn't she? That's
Yeah,
beautiful,
pretty
Chiro.
That is
Great story.
Do you know what the amount of what I always thought with midwives is you've got to quickly get used to obviously the loud noise of babies being born
Yeah.
and obviously women going through
Women
labour.
screaming.
Screaming,
The
crying.
whole time. That's
Yeah.
your job. You could never do it hungover, could you?
Oh, my God, that would be a nightmare. It'd be like having 3 kids hungover every weekend. Cheerio, thanks for that.
Adriana's given us a call from Wollongong. What are the chances stories, Adriana?
I love sharing this story. I was 17. We were prank calling, and I called a number and asked for Matt. It just happened to be the guy who owned the phone's name. And 20 years later, we're married with 3 kids.
Oh, you got to be kidding me. So you prank called, as a joke, said, "Can I speak to Matt, please?"
Yep.
He said,
got
"Speaking."
talking. Yep. Well, his friend had answered for him because he was driving, so his friends couldn't believe that it was happening. But yeah, and we got talking after that, and he was from Campbelltown. I thought Campbelltown near Wollongong, New South Wales, but it's actually Campbelltown, Adelaide. So it was a long distance thing for a little while.
And how old were you at the time?
17.
That is unbelievable. Well, remember 11, 12 years ago, we used to ring random numbers and do challenges. Remember that one when we found Miss Jackson? Do you remember Miss Jackson?
Good gear.
She was
We
great.
became good friends with Miss Jackson. She was on the show for about 2 years.
Yeah, to a point, yeah.
So, the moral of the story is kids just
Kids
ring
just
random numbers.
Prank for fun times and romance. I love that. Hey, Bron, welcome to the show.
Oh, hello. How are you?
Give us your story.
Right. Now, my mother gave birth to a set of twin girls at Nepean Hospital on the 31st of July, 1961.
Yeah.
Now, on the 31st of July, 1986, I gave birth to a set of twin girls at Nepean Hospital.
Oh, the same. So, twins, first of all, but on the exact same day.
Exact same day. I was exactly the same age as my mother, and we both had twin girls
That's
born on exactly the same day.
You
That
can't
is great.
manufacture that.
No.
No matter how hard you try, there must have been.
It was sort of uncanny because I can still remember coming home and saying to my mum, I'm having twins, and they're due the 14th of August. And my mother said, well, that's when my twins, that's my sisters, were due.
Oh, so
And I went, oh, wow. And then I had them on the 31st of July.
That
Just extraordinary.
Didn't we read out a story recently of the 2 twin girls who married the 2 twin boys?
That's right.
Both got pregnant at the exact same time and both had the baby on the same day.
That's crazy.
How does that happen?
The chances.
This world moves in very mysterious
Adam
ways.
Spencer for that probability of that happening.
Call him Tom. Dean, welcome to the show. What's your story?
Hey, guys.
Yeah, my story goes back to Whistler. I was in the largest avalanche there in 10 years.
Oh, God.
And I was basically with my mate, and we were hiking up this ridge, and we could see a guy up top. Anyways, he didn't jump off, but 5 years later, I was in Whistler Street in Manly, and was telling this guy this story. And basically, he finished this story. He told me he was up there, he was that guy, and he had a bad feeling, and he decided not to go off this ridge, and then he saw us fall in this avalanche.
Oh, wow.
So he completed the story.
So you met the guy that you were just talking about during the avalanche that you could see up on the ridge. You actually met him in Australia, didn't know who he was. You were telling him the story.
Yeah, and he finished it. And he was in Whistler for 5 years, and I didn't, it's a small place, but we never crossed into each other.
Amazing.
Did you say you were in Whistler Street in Manly?
Yeah.
That's
And how did you end up talking to this guy to start with?
He was in Whistler for years, and I said, so was I. And then I started talking about this avalanche I was in, and he goes, no way. He goes, I was up there. I had a bad feeling, and I didn't go off, but then he saw us. He hiked around, and then he saw us, me and my other mate up there, and basically the ridge collapsed.
Wow. Was anyone in trouble, Dean? Did anyone's...
No, but we went back, like there was Volkswagen combi van sizes of chunks of this ridge that gave away.
Wow.
So my mate he fell. I looked at him. I ran the opposite way, and he basically was on the top of the avalanche, sliding down.
Running really quickly.
Running really quickly, yeah.
That is a
Dino, great
fascinating
story, buddy. Says we're going to give a winner here.
Oh,
What are the
it's tough
chances?
between that one and Adriana, who married her prank call. That was pretty
Oh,
amazing.
that was phenomenal.
Yeah, maybe that one.
Adriana?
Adriana and
You've
Wollongong.
got it. About a double tin gin. Well done, Adriana.
The Fitzy and Wippa podcast.
Filthy cheater. This was a great story. Dodgy. Throw it up. Dodgy. This was in a Queensland newspaper, and what a beauty it was. Full page in the Mackay and Whit Sunday's Life newspaper.
Great newspaper. Read it regularly.
You do. You're a big fan, aren't you? I know after 9 you spend hours on that website.
Oh, some of their opinion pieces, I think, are some of the best in Australia. I really do enjoy it. And their crosswords are good as well.
So true, mate.
And their Wordle and Sudoku.
Their full-page ad read, Dear Steve, I hope you're happy with her. Now the whole town knows that you're a filthy cheater.
Spotted Steve with someone else.
From Jenny. P.S. I bought this ad using your credit card.
Oh, just twist the knife a little bit more.
So many comments. The newspaper have been inundated with dozens of messages. So they came out and made a statement here. Number 1, we do not know who Steve is, but apparently he's a very bad boy. Point 2, we won't be revealing any details about Jenny.
Well, see, this is the thing. You can't do that. You need proof, though, don't you?
Well, Jenny paid for the ad on the ex's credit card, but the paper has confirmed it had not charged him.
I mean, and I don't know how you can pay extra money to a newspaper or a publication and think that you can get a full-page spread. I mean,
Ryan.
The Harvey Norman Telegraph here in Sydney.
First 12
Special
pages.
lift out.
Oh, my God, don't tell me there's a sale on fridges.
I mean, if you've got enough money, you can get the front page.
Right, there's a dollar value on all of it. The newspapers come out and said, but not everybody is convinced. Some claim that Jenny and Steve didn't exist at all, and this is a clever marketing tactic to make idiots on breakfast radio to talk about. Oh, that's me.
Oh, damn.
I saw there was all these, and now it makes sense because I didn't know the original, but I saw all the posts out the front of schools and things saying from all the Steves, sorry, Jenny.
Even church signs
Church
says.
signs, yeah, and I thought, what's going on here?
The Highway Hotel in Adelaide.
Yeah, what do they do?
They put up on their sign.
Sorry, Steve.
Yeah, to Jenny, apology from all the Steves. We would never do that to you.
But tell me if you agree. Jenny's the name. Jenny's the default name you go to if you don't have a name.
It is.
If you want to make something up, we go, well, who's it for? I don't know, Jenny.
Yeah, I always say Jenny too. Why is it Jenny?
Well, do you know anyone called Jenny?
Jenny or Sally? I immediately
I go
think of
Sally
Jenny.
too.
Yeah.
Jenny Garth.
Yes, very good. 90210 reference.
13 24 10 if your name is Jenny.
I
don't
knew
know
a
if there's
Jenny
that many
growing up, but
You
just
wouldn't
one.
believe it.
Oh, no.
We actually have a Jenny.
There's a few Jennies. 13 24 10. Even better fits.
hung up.
There's a bottle of double chin gin. If you are in a relationship, your name is Jenny and his name is Steve.
Oh, tough weekend.
No, I'm going hard here. I want the long shot. I'm going for the long shot. Is there a Steve and Jenny couple listening right now?
Or Can we also throw it out there as well? Do you know a dodgy Steve?
Yes.
I mean, there would have to be plenty of...
Did Steve cheat on you?
If you know someone called Steve and they're a bit shifty...
Yeah.
Dodgy.
I want to hear from you.
Steves. I mean, we've gone for 3 different phone topics there, but I'm all right about it.
Still not getting any
I'm
calls.
all right about it. All right, dodgy Steves, Jenny and Steves, or just Jenny?
The Fitzy and Wippa podcast.
Got a little treat. I want to bring up something on this show and a small montage I've put together, guys, just about sporting achievements and what some of the team have been able to achieve over the years. Have a listen to this.
The worst thing about winning a gold medal, right, is the photos that you have to have for your dad afterwards.
When you won a gold medal?
Yeah, and I'd had to wear my whole little athletics outfit.
For long jump?
Medals around your neck, stand in front of the trophy cabinet, and it would be like a 2-hour photo shoot.
What record do you still have? Is it long jump?
Under 10s long jump. It was a stunning day. The under 10 one.
Have you still got that record?
Yeah. Fitzgerald was in a zone. Wow. It was amazing. It really was.
Well done,
was
mate.
one of the greatest times of my life.
Tom, we must find a kid in this country that can beat that record. What records do you still currently hold?
The only ones I know of is the, I think, under 9s, high jump and long jump.
Wow.
And then in under 10, or is it under 10s, high jump and long jump? But what I was told that there was 3.
3.
And the only one I remember is the under 10s, 5 metres 20 in the long jump.
Okay, Tommy, can you clarify exactly the current national records that Ryan James holds?
Yeah, so in 1986, Ryan James Fitzgerald, you have the long jump record
Well done.
at 4 metres 73
That's under 9s.
centimetres. That was
under
under
9s.
9s.
Yep.
Yep. And you also do have. Oh yeah, you've got the long. Yeah, you got the high jump.
Yeah, what's
Hang
that
on.
one?
Oh yeah, what have you got? I think you've got another. You do have 2. You've definitely got 2.
Right.
I'm just looking here because Little Ath sent them in to us, and no one has broken it since 1986.
Since 1986, 4 metres 73.
Right, under 9s.
That's
Is
extraordinary.
my under 10 one's gone?
No, that's. I think that's still there.
Right.
Okay.
I think that's still there. They haven't sent it to me, but I'm pretty sure it's still
I mean, I take my hat off. Not only has the record never been broken since 1986, 4 metres 73 is a giant leap for mankind.
I can't remember the under 9s. I distinctly remember the under 10s. There's a photo. Dad took a photo somewhere.
Was the crowd, you know how they get behind you and clapping in the run-up?
Because you know what happened? My PB at the time was 4 metres 90. And in long jump, you jump 3 jumps, and the top 6 then go through to another 3 jumps.
Okay.
And you have 6 jumps, and they determine who's first, second,
So
third.
you obviously won that one.
And I remember on my third to last jump, I got 4 metres 92 and I broke my PB and I thought, oh, this is awesome. I was really excited about it. And then I just got my confidence up. My second to last jump, I got 5 metres there.
Amazing.
And then I thought, I just felt really good. And my final jump, I then broke that by another 20 centimetres and got the Aussie record.
On fire.
And I remember this, there was an old woman who was measuring it and she refused to believe, she thought there was something wrong. She said, no, this is not an Australian record. I need to get officials over. I need to get other people to come and check it.
Couldn't believe what she was seeing.
And I remember, because I do remember over at Olympic Sports Field in Adelaide, and I remember Dad was on the sideline half tanked. He was drinking White Rabbits, which was Jim Beam and Coke at the time. And he was just standing on the esky with his arms in the air, just swaying side to
glad
side.
you remember a
I think
bit
there
of
was Sean Cullen hit him with a hammer throw at the time, and he just ploughed through it. He was so proud.
He got a javelin in the thigh. He didn't care. He didn't spill his drink. He kept cheering.
I've just found out.
Where'd he
So
go?
high jump under 10s.
No.
And high jump under 10s 1987. You've got 5 metres in
A
that.
year later.
That's long jump, Tom. I
He
mean,
didn't
if I'm
jump
jumping
5
5
metres
metres in
high.
high jump, I am flogging
Oh, my
everyone.
God.
I've got the under 10s long jump 520.
Yes.
What about this? What I've organised is an athletics track and a long jump pit for next Wednesday. I'm calling on any kid. We're going to focus on under 9s. I'm calling on any kid that can break the national record that has stood since 1986 of 4 metres 73.
Don't you think kids try to do it every week.
They are. Of course they do. But I want this to be an official day where we can find the state's greatest jumpers, and maybe, like you said, when you were jumping that day, they can find that extra bit of length and break that world record that has stood for all these years.
Yeah, but see, Little Athletics hasn't even started yet.
Doesn't
The kids
matter.
aren't ready.
Doesn't matter.
They need a full season.
That's what you think. We've already done a little bit of scratching behind the scenes here, mate. We've got kids ready to go.
Oh, so you've already got someone.
Oh, don't
who's
you
gonna
worry about
break
a thing.
You've already.
No, we don't.
You got a 13-year-old.
No, we don't. No, a 13-year-old. We've got a 25-year-old that looks really small.
Are you sure that kid's under 9s? He's got a goatee.
He's got a beard.
And he was just driven here by his wife. He is not 8 years of age.
Don't check his licence or his birth certificate. Next Wednesday we're on. Could it be broken in one of the great sporting moments this state has ever seen? On behalf of Australia, they could beat Ryan's record, 4.73 metres. I get it, mate. It's a long way, and the chances of it being broken are small.
Yeah.
But we want to give this a shot.
Is this going to be official, though? I don't think it is. It's not an official competition.
Little Aths are very excited about this, and they're calling out to all their competitors to jump on board, particularly, the under 9s, 4 metres 73.
There must be someone sniffing around.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's okay. Let's see if the kid can do it with a corky.
The Fitzy and Wippa podcast.
I find this just disgusting. And you know what? Anyone who loves their sport and gets to go and watch their team play every week, it's just an unbelievable feeling. And I feel for this man. His name's Kaylee Gibbons, and he is a massive New Zealand Warriors fan in the NRL. Now, he goes to the local games every week. They play Mount Smart Stadium. And what he does, he positions himself right in front of the coach's box. His favourite player is Roger Tuivasa-Sheck. He has known this guy as Roger Shuey-Vasa-Sheck.
Very good.
Every time that they cross to the coach's box, he gets a shoe out and he does a shoey in front of the crowd. There he is there, Kaylee. Everyone loves him.
Because he knows he's on the camera.
He's a cult hero, Roger Shuey-Vasa-Sheck. Unfortunately, on the weekend, he did it again and everyone loved it. Security came over, police came over, evicted him from the stadium, and the security guard that escorted him out told him, Kaylee, you've got a lifetime ban, mate. You're not coming back.
Oh,
That's a bit over the top.
Absolutely.
Isn't that disgraceful?
How un-Australian is that?
He said, mate, I wasn't drunk. I purchased the beer from the venue. And
what is his crime?
Well, this is the thing. He's a cult hero. He's known as Roger Shuey-Vasa-Sheck. And you know what? Just because he did a shoey in front of the crowd in the coach's box, he's not allowed back into Mount Smart Stadium.
If I worked security and they said, go and get the guy who's just done a shoey, I'd hand him my badge. I'd say no.
There's
no,
now a change.org petition for the ban to be lifted. 5,000 signatures already, and that was by Saturday afternoon. It'll be more now. This is what I love about this story. Oh, wait up. Have I got it?
Hang on. You got it?
You've missed a page.
So I missed a page. He got booted out, and he was so upset. He went to a local pub, and he said to everyone in the pub, they knew who he was, I'll do a shoey for every time the New Zealand Warriors score from here on in. They scored another 3 tries, and he did it down at the local pub.
Okay.
He continued the status,
You
mate.
weren't going to stop him, mate.
He's not going anywhere.
You take the boy out of the stadium, but you can't take the shoey out of the boy.
It's just sad. You know, I can understand if he was being a bit of a menace.
But he wasn't.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't intoxicated at all.
And I think it's fair to say that the shoey is very much now part of the Australian sports culture.
No, I don't know.
It's a form of celebration.
I find it a bit like Aussie.
Yeah, but
it's a little bit annoying.
Let it go. Champions are doing it. I mean, the worst one that I think we've done, Fitz, was a shoey out of an Ugg boot. You get a bit of the toe jam and a bit of fluff from the lamb's wool in the back of your throat, and you know that it's probably not the best way forward.
That was disgusting.
That was absolutely disgusting. You would have done a few shoeys over the years, MDG.
The RM Williams is a tremendous boot for the shoey.
Yeah.
Bounces back really well, and in fact, it
Not good for the
hardens,
leather.
No, hardens it. Makes it a more Australian
No, I
leather, believe it or
disagree
not.
with that.
Doesn't get too soggy. You don't walk away with a soggy sock.
Oh, yeah, soggy sock. Don't worry about those ones. Was it at one of your birthday parties, wasn't it? And the roof at Circular Quay?
Yeah.
Fitzy, and then he pegs the Ugg boot into the crowd as hard as he could and got me
was
right in
angry.
the stomach.
And who was that
Yeah.
Maths peanut last year? Who
Al.
was that? Oh,
Yeah, Al, who was sort of doing the worm at the same time as organising a shoey.
Then, of course, there was the fishy that we had on Whipper's.
Oh, the fishy.
That was
on Whipper's
disgusting.
boat cruise where someone did a. Was it a Woodstock? Threw
Yeah,
a
it was a
fish.
bourbon through the gut of a fish that came out the mouth of the fish, so you had to kind of make out with the fish while the bourbon flowed into your mouth. My God, that was a
See,
turn.
I could see Al at the age of 86 still rocking up to a pub. Al, mate, the only way we want you to hang around is by doing another shoey. As I'm 86 now, and my liver's absolutely spent.
I've died 3 times.
It's cooked. You've cooked my liver. But you know what? I'll do one more.
All right, one more. There's always one more shoey left.
Al's on maths for the 18th time, still looking for love.
He's heading to Love Island at the age of 86.
The Fitzy and Wippa podcast.
Couple of complaints coming through, Tommy, in particular, that Riddle Time's
me?
moved. No, not personal complaints. Moved from the Friday to the Monday, and now you find it at 6:40 in the morning. So you're asking the brains of Sydney at this time of the morning to switch into overgear. Is that a gear?
Overdrive?
That'll do. And try and sort out the world's toughest riddles. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, I think, well, the positive is get your brain working early,
So
Whip.
true,
Well
Tom.
said.
Well spun.
And
well
also,
spun.
there is a rumour going around that Matt and Sarah have put in a bid for it for their show between.
For the Legends Hour.
No, we don't want it. Don't want to stink up the 5 a.m.
Says nothing wrong with doing a couple of riddles.
I think it's the late Sunday night show, Seth.
Oh, you want that one? Hey, sorry, we're not that late because you're on after us.
Oh, what time are you on Sunday nights?
I think we're 8 till 9 and then you're 9 till 11.
Oh, and I
Prime
love
time.
listening to that.
Yeah, well, it's live. That's why you love listening to
I
it.
mean,
'Cause
sorry,
you're
yeah,
definitely
we come
here.
from-
Would
yeah,
you
yeah.
consider, Whip, instead of making it a one day a week, like, say, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, more like a millionaire hot seat, let's do a quick riddle every day.
Not a bad idea.
Every day a
Leave it with
riddle.
me. All right, here we go. 13, 24, 10 if you want to get involved. Here we go. First riddle, guys. What 2 words added together contain the most letters?
Added together?
No. But good thinking, because quite often the riddles play out like that.
Yeah.
Most letters on the same train.
What 2 words added together contain the most letters?
Yeah, most letters is my answer.
That's what Fitzy said.
No,
didn't
he said added together.
Oh, no. No.
There's a lot of cars on the road. Surely someone knows the answer.
Just a couple of cars looking over the Anzac.
Infinity?
No.
Pretty good.
It's going to annoy you.
Oh, here we go. What a start.
What
then.
2 words added together contain the most letters?
Well, is it like mailbox?
I'm going to give it to you. It's post office. We got to start. Ryan
Okay.
clicked his brain into gear. Good thinking. Here we go. Second riddle for the morning. Where does today come before yesterday? Where does today?
In the dictionary.
Sarah Ann McGilvray goes bang.
Sarah.
Right there.
I love a quick game. It's
Yeah.
awesome.
Can you believe, even this early on a Monday, Mandy from Mascot's giving us a call. Hello, Mandy.
Good morning, up bright and early.
Top of the morning to you, Mandy. Have you got a riddle for us?
I certainly have, ready. 30 men and only 2 women, though they hold the most power. Dressed in black and white, they could fight for hours. Who are they?
A bride and groom?
Nope.
Is it, Mandy, it's not a chessboard, is it?
Who was that?
Tom.
Thomas Brian Ivy.
Again.
Tom,
Good on me.
let him know about the prize, Mandy.
Ours is in the pub.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well done, Mandy. How's the feedback coming through online, Tommy?
Yeah, people listening from all over the world. This morning we've got Stuart's in Brum, my Brum in the UK.
Hi, Brum.
Craig says, "G'day from Port Hedland, you mugs."
Oh, classic Craig, you mongrel.
And Keelan, Ginners joins us from North Queensland.
Oh, Ginners is tuning in.
yeah, Ginners.
Oh, good on you, Ginners.
Yes.
Get the Ginners. What about this one? Here's the last riddle for you Monday morning. Grandpa went out for a walk and it started to rain. He didn't bring his umbrella or his hat. His clothes got soaked. But the hair on his head wasn't wet.
Because he was bald.
A key. Yes. Sarah.
Feel like
Very targeted riddle.
na, 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 na.
Right round, buddy. Well done. That's it.
The Fitzy and Wippa podcast.
Lights, camera, clarity.
Ooh, Sarah.
The top trending stories in entertainment this morning. Tributes continue for Anne Hesh, who sadly passed away over the weekend. She was in a coma. There was no brain function, but they were keeping her body, keeping the machines going because all of her organs were donated, which is very kind.
I didn't know it got to that point. I thought she was going to be okay, Sarah.
No, I think the burns were fairly significant and the smoke inhalation, things like that. So she had been in a coma this whole time. One of her sons has spoken, Homer. He said, hopefully my mum is free from pain and beginning to explore what I'd like to imagine as her eternal freedom. Ellen also tweeting, this is a sad day. I'm sending Anne's children, family and friends all of my love.
Footage getting around says. We were looking
this
at this
was
morning.
wild.
For one, there's footage of the car actually speeding, but then secondly, there's footage of her on a stretcher being carried from the car to the ambulance. What's odd is it looks as though she's already passed.
Because they've wrapped the body, it looks quite tightly, and then you know how they strap, if you ever watch on American TV shows, they strap it down onto the stretcher.
Yeah, and she's covered in the blanket.
Yeah, face covered, everything.
See, everything. But then she sits up before, so you assume she's passed because the sheet is completely over her head. Then she sits up and pushes the sheet out of the way, and they then try to help her to lie back down.
Well, isn't that with burns is that you can still completely function. Obviously, you're in shock, but people. It's like the Bali bombings and some footballers that I knew that went on footy trips there. There were some guys that were still walking around trying to help people with full burns, and some of them passed afterwards. The burns catch up to you after.
And they get infected, I think, as well, because when you burn to a certain degree, it burns through the nerves, isn't it?
God.
So you can't actually feel it. But I would also have wondered if they were covering her head because it's from a chopper, that vision.
Yeah,
Whether
privacy.
it's privacy, because she is a celebrity and then you
Quite
don't want
possibly.
them using that vision. Anyway, very sad. Guys, Tom Holland, Spider-Man, he says he's quit social media. I wouldn't have thought this, but he needs to for his mental health.
I have taken a break from social media for my mental health because I find Instagram and Twitter to be overstimulating, to be overwhelming. I get caught up and I spiral when I read things about me online. And ultimately, it's very detrimental to my mental state. So I decided to take a step back and delete the app.
Good on him. Good on him.
I don't know why, if you had that level of profile, you'd be on social media.
Oh, no, because a lot of them are.
Who would want to read about themselves?
This is what I like about social media is you get to show people what you like and what means the most in your life. Because people think there are people out there that think he is Peter Parker all the time.
Yes.
But he gets to show Zendaya.
Yeah, his
he gets
girlfriend.
to show his life.
I think it's a good example, though, of when it is eating away at you or causing you some sort of mental grief, to shut it down and it's okay. And hopefully if people his age and younger see that and go, oh, okay, yeah, I'm not feeling good about what I'm seeing, I'll just
shut it down.
I'll just delete it because really there is world beyond Instagram. So.
Well, I had a mate on the weekend that I caught up with, hadn't seen for a while, and he said he deleted social media.
Yeah.
He had enough of it. So I took a video of him with the new Snapchat filter with the eyes and the tongue.
Yeah, that's funny.
So it looked like he was...
And he'll never know.
Yeah, and he'll never see
Never
it.
know.
It was
There you
so
go.
funny, and now people think he's got a problem.
Joke's on him.
Got him a beauty.
Finally, the most ridiculous rumour of the weekend, but would be kind of funny if it was true. And clearly Martha Stewart thought she had to come out and confirm that she and Pete Davidson are not dating because the internet was going crazy with this theory because she'd written all these comments when she met him, then on pictures of his... And we know Martha Stewart likes to have a bit of a laugh. Anyway, she has confirmed he is old enough to be my child. No, we are not together.
I thought it was on. I thought they were locked in forever.
I think everyone wanted it to be on.
That'd be beautiful, wouldn't it?
The Fitzy and Wippa podcast.
Can we just say, on behalf of the Fitzy and Wippa show, we hit a raw nerve with a lot of people last week when we had an amazing We've Got Your Back with Little Brooklyn. I had so many people over the weekend talking about this with me.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
And saying how touching it was. Cara and John, his parents, came on as well. Unfortunately, Brooklyn has got a terminal cancer and doesn't have long to live. We started a GoFundMe page, and we just want to inform all our listeners out there that Sydney, through your heart, you have
donated $100,000 it hit over the weekend, which
Amazing.
has just blown us away. It's blown the family away. There was a beautiful little video over the weekend of Brooklyn at his auntie's wedding. They brought his auntie's wedding forward, and Brooklyn walked his auntie down the aisle.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful little video. We've had some amazing support. This was Benji Marshall's audio support.
Hey Brooklyn, it's Benji Marshall here. I just wanted to send you a quick video and a message to send support and love your way, and a lot of positive energy and vibes, and just say that I saw you on Fitzy and Wippa and I was really touched by your story, and I just want to send a special shout out to your parents who have been next to you and by your side all of the way through, and just let you know that I've got some really great friends at Lego who are going to send you some pretty cool gifts to play with. Anyway, buddy, just take it easy, mate, and give your parents a really big hug for me. Cheers, mate.
Yeah, it's beautiful, wasn't it? Even some of the notes. I mean, this one, right, this is from Alicia. She said, my 2 daughters, 8 and 10, ran straight to their money boxes last night after watching this video and donated the $45 that they had been saving. From Ella and Lainey.
You got Renee Taylor here as well. Went to school with John. He's always been the nicest guy, sending all my love and prayers to them during this time. Unbelievable support. Thank you so much for opening up.
Beautiful.
Hopefully this family, we're going to send them away on a holiday as well, can make some amazing memories for little Brooklyn over the next few weeks.
Absolutely.
The Fitzy and Wippa Show is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.